This week, Lil Durk gets arrested, and I'm going to talk about some new releases. Let's get into it.
The STEM Society.
Welcome back to another episode of the STEM Society. My name is Cole Jackson. Episode 67 is live. I'm ready to get doing. For a lot of people who are new to this channel or new to the show, quick breakdown of what I do here. I give my opinion about what's going on, trending news in hip hop. It's like a podcast. I basically give you guys my opinion about what's going on, and I also give you guys some critiques on some albums. So if it's new releases are dropping, I usually tell you guys how I feel about some of these new releases, and I also on Wednesday shows every now and again I tell you what's in my playlist and what songs I'm listening to right now and what you should be listening to. So that's pretty much the breakdown of how this show goes. I know I just seen a lot of people subscribe to the channel, and I'm like, a lot of these people don't know what the STEM Society is. That's what it is. You can continue to support us by giving us likes, comments. I really like people to comment in the comments. Just give me your opinion about stuff so we can have great conversations. I want to move this into something else as far as like doing some Twitter spaces. If we can get enough people to do it, I will be willing to do it every weekend. But I just want to have more hip hop conversations with a lot of the people who are here. And the only way I can do that is if you guys subscribe and you comment. So give me some comments, give me some subscriptions, and throw some likes in there too. But I appreciate all the new people who've been coming to the channel, who was a part of this experience that I'm doing right now. Before I get into the show, I also want to talk about or give a rest in peace to DJ Clark Kent. He recently passed here this weekend, and kind of messed my little hip hop heart up because my knowledge goes as far as songs that I've heard him produce. I know he's produced music for Junior Mafia, for Notorious Big, and most definitely for one of the greatest albums that came out, Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt. I'm not as knowledgeable as a lot of other people when it comes to DJ Clark Kent. I know what I know, but I know how important he meant to the culture and how important it was to a lot of albums and a lot of people that he produced. So I just wanted to make sure I gave my respect and my rest in peace to him because, man, it's a lot of stuff that we wouldn't have as far as artists that I enjoy without him. So rest in peace, DJ Clark Kent. You have really given us a lot, and I just hate to see that our legends are dying off, man. Like, this is crazy, but rest in peace, man.
New releases.
So this week, Meg the Stallion dropped Act 2, 13 songs. Now, the minute count is over an hour long, which is not correct because I think it's an hour long because it's basically a deluxe from Megan. I don't know why she did that. This could have been its own thing. I don't know why this is an add-on piece to probably one of her better albums. Megan is one of her better albums. Act 2, I don't know who this is for. So let me get into it. The first song, Bigger in Texas, it drew me in because it gave me an early 2000 feel. It sounded like she was going to bring Tina Snow back. I completely enjoyed that song. I like that song. As I go into the album, I see that it is gradually turning into more of what we've been getting from Meg the Stallion, which is mainstream BS that she's been putting out for a while now. Money. I got my own masters. I'm the youngest person in my own masters. I love having sex with a lot of people. I'm a pimp. I'm pimping these niggas. You hoes are jealous. It's just going along the same beats. And I was really expecting after listening to the Bigger in Texas song, I was really expecting more of a better rapping side of her. Now, she did take some chances with on this album. There's a song called TYG. Yeah, TYG with Spirit Box, where she gets into this rock rap thing. And I think she did a pretty good job with that. I'm not a person. Personally, that song is not going to get me to come back to the album, but I see what she was trying to do. She was trying to experiment a little bit. I don't know who this is for. I don't think she should have did this as a deluxe. She could have put this in the tuck and probably dropped it next year. Maybe some of these songs were hard drive songs, or maybe these are some of the... Well, I can't say that. I can't say this hard drive songs because it's a lot of this stuff is way too mixed and mastered for it to be some throwaway songs. So maybe this is something that she put together. Maybe she had a deluxe in mind the whole time. I don't know who this album is for. I know I'm not the demo for it. At first, I thought I was when I first heard Bigger in Texas, but going through the list of songs, Fall in Love, where she's talking about she's in love with somebody now. Okay. I She put it the best friend song, basically getting into more of I like threesomes. I like to have sex with other people. Stuff like that is on there, which is following along with the same beats of some other stuff. I think Megan was a little bit more introspective. I know she was getting into like what she had been going through as far as like the public eye and blogs and people talking bad about her because of the whole Tory Lanez thing. And maybe this is an album for her to just have fun with. I feel like she could have saved it. I think she was still riding high good off of the first album that she came out with this year. I do want to go revisit it. Once I got finished with those 13 songs, I didn't go back to Megan Act 1. So I might go back to it because there was some bops on there. It was actually some pretty good songs on that first Megan album. So I I have to salute her for trying to take a chance on some of these songs that she did. But at the end of the day, it was really only maybe 4 songs out of the 13 that really got me. So she could have saved it. I know she's possibly playing streaming games. She's independent now. She most definitely lets people know on the album she's independent. She owns her masters. I just don't think it's something that I need to go back to. I will be going back to the first Megan album because the Act 1 of this, because I think Act 1 was actually pretty good. That was one of my favorite Megan the Stallion albums that came out. So I'll go back to that, but listen to it at your own risk. You're not gonna hurt if you don't listen to it at all. Shay Noir drops her newest album, The Lotus Child, 8 tracks. 28 minutes long. I'm always for Shay Noir. She's one of my favorite female MCs. She's dope. This album is also fully produced by her, so I gave it a lot of grace. The cadence, her rap cadence is so similar to Ransom now. It is like crazy. I feel like she did a decent job on the production. The cadence on here just sound. Every time I heard her rap, she sounded like Ransom. I don't know why. How I got to that point, and it bothered me because she typically has a different type of flow than most other females or most other people in general, and she sounds so similar to Ransom, the cadence and everything. The album is pretty good when it comes to talking about what's been going on in her life. She has one song called Choices, kind of speaking on where she's been, why she kind of fell back from rap for a little while, which I think is really cool. She has another song really getting into relationship stuff that she's been doing. So she's kind of going through the beats of like what life has been giving her. There's a song on here, but the song called Black Girl featuring Rhapsody. I'm going to say this and I don't give a fuck. Rhapsody just put out one of the toughest verses I've heard this year. It's not the best. It's not the worst. I wish she would have rapped like that on her album. Rhapsody's verse on Black Girl is phenomenal. She got out there and she was really like rapping, and I loved it. Nobody's talking about the verse because I think a lot of people don't really listen to Shay Noir because she's not one of those rappers. She's more on the no-name side of things than she is the Meg the Stallion side of things. I'm going to give it a little bit of grace because I know she fully produced this album on her own, and it's tough to be an independent artist and fully produce something and put out a project. So I'm going to actually sit down with it a little bit longer and see what I like. Check it out for yourself. It's Shay Noir, The Lotus Child. Last thing, before I get into the news, I got to salute Tyler, the Creator, on this rollout for Chronocopia. This shit has been so good. From the snippets that he's been dropping to him doing he looks like he followed Kanye's footsteps and actually did a stadium show to kind of give a listening experience, which I think is amazing. But he's been dropping videos here and there. Now, if you're watching this is Sunday and the album actually releases tomorrow. I'm trying to figure out if I really want to do a episode dedicated to Chronocopia because I'm excited for this album. The rollout has been grand. He has been doing exactly what most artists should be doing when it comes to putting out an album. The rollout just has been phenomenal. I have not been disappointed with anything that he's put out. The visuals are crazy. The trucks, he's got like trucks everywhere rolling through cities and stuff like that. The world tour is been announced. He's got the dates. Everything seems to be in place, and I just wanted to give Tyler the props on giving us a great rollout, a rollout that gets us excited about the album. Artists really don't do that anymore, not in a good way. Typically, you just get like it'll be out Tuesday, it'll be out Friday, and you'll get a Instagram post, and somebody will salute you, and then the album will drop, and then they go about their business. But Tyler seems to be proud of this project. It looks like he is most definitely trying to get us excited. I can't wait for it to drop on Monday because I get to sit with the project and I actually get to sit and listen to the album and not have to worry about it. You guys don't know how hard it is to listen to some of this music on Friday when it drops. Try to get your opinion put together about it and then drop it on the episode on Sunday. It's not as easy as you think it is. So Tyler, thank you for dropping this album on Monday. Thank you for the rollout because the rollout is great and I can't wait to listen to the album.
Music news.
So this week, Lil Durk got arrested for being a part of a murder-to-hire plot against Quando Rondo. This is sad. This is terrible news. He is being charged with murder-to-hire and murder-to-hire conspiracy. It's him and 5 other people from the OTF collective. There's a lot of things going on, a laundry list of things like they're talking about. The credit cards that were used was connected to OTF. They're talking about the people who got paid was connected through OTF. The way they got paid was just telling everything. Like it was a lot of very terrible and sloppy moves to show that OTF was connected to this murder to hire plot, which they did end up, taking out Quando Rondo's cousin, and this was back in August of 2022. I hate to see this, man. I hate talking about this. Like, I want to talk about good shit in music, and I have to come in here and sit on this show and talk about stuff like this because it's sad and stupid, bro. Durk was on a trajectory of being way better. It felt like he was trying to change his content. It felt like he was trying to move in a different way when it came to him being an artist. He just got cleared to come back to the UK. He was over here recently with Central C. You know what I'm saying? It looked like he was trying to do better. And now this comes about. And I'm just kind of to the point now where I'm tired of people making excuses about some of this stuff. Like a lot of people are just like, man, when you come from the trenches, man, like stuff like this just happens. It's like, nah, bro. If these things that they're saying about this murder to hire plot is true, you got to pay the price for what you've done. A lot of people are saying the internet pressured Durk into taking action and getting revenge for Von. I don't know how true this is because I've always looked at Durk as being his own man. I've never looked at him as being somebody who would listen to the internet. So let's get that out of the way now. That's one point that I just want to get out the way now. The second thing, I'm kind of to the point now where I'm tired of hearing people get on the internet and say what they would have done. That's a ton of bullshit. A lot of y'all wouldn't have folded a long time ago. We have to stop making excuses for some of these people because of where they come from. Because Durk had got to the point now where he was having a great career. He was moving in a way where he was trying to change things up. He had foundations given back to the community. He had kind of really started to get it. And then this happens. And a lot of people were like, man, well, that's his past and stuff like that. Yeah, but he tried to. Somebody died. Like, that's not a laughing matter. Quando Rondo cousin, gone. He ain't here no more. And the way that they went about it was just not smart. It wasn't the best thing to do. And then this puts another black eye on what? Hip hop. Of course, you're going to have your same talking heads come out and give their whole little speeches about how the music is killing people or how the music is not where it needs to be at. This is what we're going to do. I beg to differ. He is an adult. He is who he is. His people is who his people is. And I don't want to put this on the music. I know it's a lot of people out here who try to live their raps. And I know a lot of people out here most definitely want to slide on people, or they want to get their revenge, or they just want to read out the list of names on the songs who they ops are that are gone. But some of the onus of that goes towards who we are as consumers and what we choose to listen to. Some of that has to do with what these labels are doing as well, what the labels are pushing, because we tend to forget these people aren't really independent artists. They have a label that promotes this kind of stuff and says it's okay to put that kind of music out and make sure it's on playlists. Like, it's not just one thing. I also think a lot of this has to do with the fact that, like, everybody wants to get attention and clout. I'm moving away from Durk right now, and I'm kind of moving towards what we're seeing and how this pattern is continuing to go. A lot of these people want attention, and when you get so many views and looks off of doing a video at your ops grave site, people are gonna follow suit. Attention is the new currency. It's been the new currency for the last 5 years now. Let's just be real with ourselves. A lot of times people want to point the finger at hip hop, and that's the easiest thing to do instead of pointing out different things, instead of pointing out the labels, the management, OGs not doing their job, because I do blame the OGs on this too. I think it's a lot of people who have been in the game for a while that don't bring a lot of these other artists to the side and kind of tell them how to move, because whether y'all want to believe it or not, a lot of your favorite OG rappers was doing the same shit. But we just didn't have internet, and we didn't have cameras everywhere. I think a lot of times they don't want to give guidance. And then the first thing people are saying is, well, these young niggas don't want to listen. Bro, you can approach somebody in a certain way and you can get results. It's not hopeless. I just hate to see this happen to Durk, and I hate to see the fact that he's going to be in a situation where he might not get out. Because if you don't think for 1 second the people who are co-conspirators or people who are in this group not going to say it was him or tell on him or snitch on him or whatever you want to call it, you're crazy. I don't see no way out of this. I'm pretty sure they're going to pin it on Durk. And I think Durk might do some time. Play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. I understand. Let's just not move this into a conversation where we're just going to blame hip hop for the whole thing, though. There's a lot of different people that get blamed for this. Durk getting the biggest piece because he should know better. People have asked this man to squash this whole situation. He could have let this go a long time ago. People are saying what they would have done, and again, a lot of y'all just not cut from that cloth, bro. It's easy to say it on a keyboard, but a lot of y'all just ain't cut from that. And that ain't how people move, and that's not really how things are done. I really just wanted to give more of a commentary about how I feel about this whole Lil Durk thing and the internet and how people are trying to talk about how you should move. A lot of y'all niggas just don't know how that street shit works, and a lot of y'all be on some bullshit. Somebody didn't pull Durk to the side and just kind of speak to him and just tell him how things should be. And I know a lot of people keep pushing this Wallow clip out there too. And Joe Budden said something. Shout out to Joe Budden. He said, when it gets to Wallow, it's too late. And he's right. Once it gets to Wallow, once Wallow got to tell you not to do something, it's already too late. Man, I need a lot of y'all. I need the OGs to step up and start giving some game. And I need y'all young niggas to start listening. The system is terrible. And once they put you in there, and once they start putting these things on y'all's jacket, bruh, it just don't look good no more. And y'all niggas can't move the way y'all want to move no more. And watch how people start treating you after this shit happens. So I just want to put a pin in it to see where this goes and see what's going to happen with Durk after this. Well, that's it. That's the end of the show. I got nothing else. Short, sweet, to the point. Thank you guys for joining me for another episode of STEM Society. I really appreciate it. Guys, continue to support the channel. Continue to be a socialite. subscribe to the channel, and make sure you guys check out the Patreon. Bonus content, it goes there first. And we've been doing something a lot differently here recently. We've been actually doing news. So on Sunday, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, you're going to get a news break. Like those news breaks, comment on those news breaks. Let us know what we can change. This is completely different. I love the fact that we're actually getting you guys some new stuff. So please let us know if you're liking this, if you're not liking it. What can we change? What can we make better? But continue to support the channel. Continue to subscribe. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.
Thank you for joining the STEM Society.